All praise to the Most High, Ahaya, and to his son, YAHAYASHA. Hadal Hayah. This is Brother Holly here with the first Spirit of Truth broadcast here on the AHAYAH'S channel, as well as the House of Ahaya channel on this set apart Sabbath day. First and foremost, as always, I give all praise, glory, and honor to the great I am, he who was, is, and is to come, the Almighty One, YAHAYAH, and to his son, YAHAYASHA Messiah, who gave himself for us that we might have life, and that life is in him, AHAYAH. Now, please forgive me for the lateness of this first broadcast. We had major technical difficulties with the equipment that we use to make this YouTube ministry possible. So hopefully we fussed through all that, and we're back online and ready to go. So, and if I seem a bit rushed, children, I'm running behind, and we got a lot to talk about. So I just need to, settle my spirit and just take this in the small bites as it was given to me. I'd like to open up with some public service announcements. As some of you may know, we just celebrated those of us who keep the Enoch and Jubilees 364-day calendar have just celebrated the Day of Atonement last Tuesday. It was a wonderful time, and if you missed the live broadcast on the Day of Atonement, please look for it on the House of Ahaya channel. It's out there, and for those of you who are on the Ahayah's House channel, you can type in House of Ahaya. It'll lead you to that channel as well, and there you can find that broadcast. And it was a great time. It was my first attempt at a live broadcast. So, but this week, upcoming week, we are going into the time of Tabernacles. Tabernacles starts tomorrow. Tonight at sundown is the Feast of Tabernacles, the first day of the Feast of Tabernacles, and it's a time for us to prepare ourselves to leave our homes, to go into the wilderness, and as Ezekiel chapter 20 says, we're going to be gathered up in the end of time. We're going to be gathered up, and we're going to go to the wilderness, and there Ahaya is going to plead with us face to face. He's going to remove the rebels from amongst us. We're going to have to go underneath the rod of the covenant. We're going to have to reestablish ourselves as his people, and we will be tried and tested in the wilderness. So we have that to look forward to, children. And I know world events are going at record pace. Last Shabbat, there was an attack on the Jewish state, and they suffered a major defeat on the first day of this quote-unquote war. But since that time, they have, for lack of a better term, children, they've just created a humanitarian and a military, a horrific military destruction in the land of Gaza and on the Palestinian people. And I'm a career military man, and what they are doing in response to being attacked is beyond the pale, for lack of a better term. And I can only say that they should be thoroughly judged for the atrocities that they're committing at this moment. I'm speaking of the Jewish state against the Palestinian people. They're attacking these people with no means to defend themselves, and we know who is motivating them to act in this way. And we'll read some of that from the Revelation today. We'll identify from the Revelation who the beast is, and we'll see that the beast is being empowered by the dragon, and the soul. Well, I shouldn't say the soul, but the primary reason the beast is being empowered is to persecute the saints, persecute the Quadasha, the ones who worship and serve Ahai in spirit and in truth, the ones who keep his commandments and have faith in YAHAYASHA. That would be us children. We'll be reading from the Bible King James plus Apocryphy version, Truth Revealed and Restored, Abba Father, AHAYAH'S, Quadash Akkad, Ancient Paleo Hebrew English Bible. And the reason we're using this one today is that AHAYAH'S kind of put it on my heart to read some verses from Second Esdras, but I was going to read those first, but I think it's more appropriate that we read the verses from the Revelation first, and then we'll refer back to Second Esdras. Also, children, as you probably can tell by the lack of lighting, today is a day that the sun has been darkened and the moon as well. There was a full eclipse today over large swaths of the Western Hemisphere. And even here in Florida, we're out of where the full eclipse would happen. Just a few moments before this broadcast began, I noticed how much darker it was outside during our partial eclipse. So the sun was indeed darkened on the same day that the moon didn't show its light. We're having a new moon tonight, and as I said earlier, Tabernacles begins tonight. All the signs are there, children. The signs in the heavens, the signs in the earth, the signs in nations. All the signs are lining up. The beast suffered a wound and recovered and waged war. And we're gonna read in a few moments how long that war is gonna last. And we're gonna see that its true target, who the true target audience is. Let's go. The Revelation. And this is a pretty long read. We're going to read chapters 12 and 13. Revelation, chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars with Yahah light. Now that 12 stars on the woman's head should be significant. What else is 12? The sons of Jacob are 12. The disciples are 12. And the Messiah, when he was on the earth, he let us know why he had 12 disciples. He said, because you've been with me in this time of my testing, I shall grant unto you to sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Yasharallah. So each one of those disciples were given, or will be given, the authority and the privilege of sitting on thrones to judge the tribes in the kingdom. And this woman, this depiction of a woman who's about to give birth to a man, this woman has a crown on her head with 12 stars with Yahah light. Don't lose the significance of the number 12 in the Revelation, for it tells us later in Revelation that when the holy city, the New Jerusalem, comes down from the Father, it's going to have 12 gates, and those gates are named for the 12 sons of Yasharallah with Yahah light. Thank you. I'll read it again. Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. See, he didn't have 12 stars for his crown. He had 7. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Verse 5. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron with Yahah light. We can read in Revelation chapter 2, I believe it is, when YAHAYASHA comes back, He's going to rule the nations with a rod of iron. So this man child that she's about to give birth to is the Messiah, YAHAYASHA. Let's continue. Verse 5 again, she brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto Abba and to his throne, and the woman fled into the wilderness. Where you highlight the Feast of Tabernacles, which begins tomorrow, is the feast in which the children of Yasharallah go into the wilderness to live in booths, to live in tents. The woman is fleeing to the wilderness at this point. The woman who gave birth to the man child. For out of Judah sprang our deliverer. It is evident that the Messiah was sprung out of Judah. He was born of the house of David. So the woman is Yasharallah. For Messiah came out from amongst us to rule the nations with the rod of iron, but he'll rule us with his word and with his spirit. All praises. And the woman fled into the wilderness where she had a place prepared of the Father, will you highlight, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought with his angels and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world, will you highlight. And he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. We just read earlier in this chapter where the dragon had in his tail a third of the stars of heaven. So it's talking about a war that went on in heaven between Michael and his angels and the devil and his. And the devil and his angels did not win. They were cast into the earth. Let's continue to read. Verse 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our Abba and the power of his YAHAYASHA, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Will you highlight? Now when the accuser of the brethren, Satan, that old serpent, Satan and the devil, is cast down with his angels, that's when salvation comes. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Abba day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto death. Will you highlight? Three things are going to overcome the wicked one. Three things are going to preserve you and present you blameless before the Father and his Son, YAHAYASHA. The blood of the Lamb, the blood of the new covenant, which is shed for many. Who are the many? The house of Yasharallah and the house of Judah. That's who the many are. That's who the new covenant is for. For all you Constantine Christians that may be trolling today, these things are not talking about you. The woman had 12 stars in her crown. Wow. Jacob had 12 sons, and out of which the 12 sons sprung the Messiah. I'll read it again. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our Abba and the power of his YAHAYASHA, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Abba day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, and they love not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, and dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast down unto the earth, he persecuted the woman, which brought forth the man. Will you highlight? Now I know the word child is italicized. Well, the word child is italicized in your King James Bible. That means it wasn't part of the text. It was added by the translators. That's why I read it thus. I'll read it again. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man. And to the woman there was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that she might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Will you highlight? And here is how you can tell who the remnant of the seed of the woman, which is Yasha Allah, are. Which keep the commandments of Abba, and have the testimony of YAHAYASHA Messiah. Chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Will you highlight? I'm going to show you what the name of blasphemy is. Just give me a moment. If you have this version of the scriptures, you'll have this in the back. But we talked about it here before. Oh, there is the name of blasphemy. Israel. That's the name that the beast has on his head. I read it again. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head is the name of blasphemy. Now I've just shown you what the name of blasphemy is. That's the name that this beast has on his head, on a helmet. It's got the star of blasphemy on that helmet, which is the number of the beast. And we're going to see that in a moment. But you say, Brother Holly, they don't have control. They just got control of themselves. They don't got control over other nations. Oh, really? I see other nations with their ships right off their coast to support them. I see other nations sending them supplies, weapons, and ammo. I see other nations gearing up to come to their aid. They have a whole lot of control over other nations. And it's sad to say, including our own. Verse 2, Revelation 13:2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were the feet of a bear, and his mouth was the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Will you highlight? You got great authority when you can call in other nations to come to you, to get for them to provide you weaponry. You got great authority when you can order them around. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. Will you highlight and underline that phrase? And all the world wondered after the beast. See, the beast took a blow to the head last Shabbat, but that wound was quickly healed. And by the Day of Atonement, which was last Tuesday, the whole world had started to wonder after the beast. How the beast was how the beast so quickly regained control of the situation. How the beast so quickly started moving out countermeasures. How the beast was so quickly destroying its supposed enemy. The whole world went after the beast. The whole world stopped when something happened to the beast. And spent the entire week wandering after the beast, helping the beast make its claims. And you're going to see what the world's saying about the beast. I read verse 3 again, Revelation 13 and 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. See, they're worshiping the devil. The whole world is now turning their attention to worship the devil through participating with the beast. And verse 4 again, Revelation 13 and 4, and they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Who is able to stand up against them? Not the people they're attacking. They're completely defenseless. Who is able to make war with the beast? Anybody raise their hand and make war with the beast just call everybody else in. I read it again. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Oh, he talking big. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Will you highlight? Clock's ticking. When you see the beast suffer a wound and recover, and then go wage war, and the whole world wonder after him. The whole world, who is like unto them with the skill of war? Who is like unto them? Who can wage war against them? Who can stand up against their onslaught? They're given this power, and they're going to speak great words and blasphemies. And they're going to continue in this power for 42 months. I'll read it again. Revelation 13 and 4. And they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against AHAYAH, against the Father, to blaspheme his name. He's going to blaspheme the name of AHAYAH. Why? By subscribing the name of the golden calf to their cause. See, they're a bunch of wall worshiping golden calf worshipers. They worship the YHWH. That's the name that's appearing not on the Wailing Wall, but on the Eastern Wall. Look that up. The YHWH appearing on the Eastern Wall. It's letting you know who these people are. And we're going to further identify who they are in a moment. I'll read it again. Revelation 13:6, I'm sorry. and he opened his mouth to blaspheme against Abba, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwelled in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given unto him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Will you highlight? I told you, they run things. They got the power to call anybody in to do anything. They do their bidding. They used the United Nations to bum rush the place in 48. That's who their army was in 1948. United Nations. That's how they came there, settlers. They weren't there a year before they started a war with the United Nations Army. They had the power to do it, and they still have the power to do it. They're going to persecute us. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given unto him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Will you highlight? Now you see who it is who's going to have the flags on. Who's going to be telling you to pray for them. Who's going to be telling you to support them. Everybody that line up to support them, you can rest assured that that person's name is not found in the Lamb's book of life. I'll read it again. Revelation 13:8. And all that dwell upon earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Listen up. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. This is the condemnation against all those people who blindly support the beast. If you're causing people to be led into captivity, you're going to go into captivity. If you're in the name of the beast, your support of the beast is going to cause people to go into captivity, you're going to go into captivity. If your support of the beast is going to cause people to be killed by the sword, you got to be killed by the sword. Let's read. Verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, who had two horns like unto a lamb, and spake like as a dragon. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwelt therein to worship the first beast. So there's another beast coming who's going to tell people to worship the first beast, who we've already identified, whose deadly wound was healed. So he's letting you know what the first beast was. Had a deadly wound, but their deadly wound was healed. And after their deadly wound was healed, they had power given to them by the dragon to wage war for 40 and 2 months. Now this second beast, verse 13, Revelation 13:13, speaking of the second beast, and he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he hath power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. So if you don't line up in support of the beast, if you won't swear allegiance to the beast, if you won't give your undying support, your money, your livelihood to the beast, this second beast is going to cause you to be killed. Oh, these people, I just showed you who they are. I'll show you again. This is the name that they use to blaspheme. See it? Those are the ones you use the name to blaspheme. It's the name of the beast. And why the beast is blaspheming, the second beast gonna cause you to worship the first beast, and the second beast is doing miracles. Look it up right now. A so-called Messiah of those people, the beast people, is there right now in their land. Supposedly their Messiah is in the land right now. While they waging war, he there right now doing miracles. I wish I was making it up, but I'm not. Look it up for yourself. He's in the land right now, been there for a while now, doing miracles, doing healings. I think he has 2 or 3 people raised from the dead, all kind of goodies. Revelation 13:14. And deceived them that dwelt on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and caused as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Put in the margin of your Bible, if you would, your book of scriptures, if you would. Forehead represents thoughts, equals thoughts. Right hand represents or equals authority or power. They want you to have their mark of the beast in your thoughts, and you to use the power of your right hand to work and to do the beast's bidding. Okay? Everybody. They told the whole world to support them. Did they not? Are they still not saying that to this day? This is the day that the sun and moon were both darkened. This is 1 week from the beast receiving that deadly wound and being quickly healed. This is 1 week from the beast declaring war. And he's been given power to wage war for 42 months. We read it. I read it again. Revelation 13:16. And he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that understand count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. One more picture for you. Oh. There. Can you see that good? There. Number of the beast. The beast symbol and its number. The beast symbol is a 6-pointed star. Not just any 6-pointed star, but a 6-pointed hexagram. That's a 6-pointed star with 6 triangles around a 6-sided hexagon. 6, 6, and 6. That's their symbol. That's their star. That's their image of the beast. They want you to wear that on your lapel. They want you to fly their flag with that symbol on it over your homes, over your businesses, over your capitals around the world. Like I stated earlier, the whole world wandered after the beast after it was wounded and got better. The whole world wandered after the beast after they started waging war, and who can stand up against their might? Wow. They're committing unthinkable things against those poor people. They take the provocation of 2,000 people who came across, ran out of the border, ran into the village and tore some stuff up, killed some people, and ran back with some hostages. They taken the actions of 2,000 to justify the destruction and murder of 2 million. Brothers, sisters, this ought not be so. But that's the beast who's been given power by the dragon, by that old serpent, the devil. And it's the second beast who's there right now. It's going to tell the whole world to worship the first beast. It's going to tell the whole world to get behind them. He's there right now doing miracles. This chapter, these 2 chapters in Revelation are coming to pass before your very eyes. He that hath ear to hear, let him hear. I'll read the last verses again. Verse 17, Revelation 13:17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Let's turn to 2nd Esdras in your Apocrypha. Thank you for your patience. All praises. 2nd Esdras chapter 8. And this is whereas Revelation 12 and 13 were almost like reading the newspaper. Especially when you consider the timing of everything. Almost within the week of trumpets on the true Hebraic calendar was the attack that started the war. Trumpets was on that Sunday, and the next Sabbath, that Sabbath in the same week that trumpets was the beginning of this. In the same week of the Day of Atonement, that Sabbath, today, we have both the sun and the moon being darkened by angular eclipse. And we have the elevation of the beast being empowered by the dragon and to rule over nations, to have nations at the beast's beck and call. You will bring your warriors to me. You will give me. You will do this. You will do that. And then the whole world has to ask almost a rhetorical question: who can wage war with the beast? Nobody. If the beast got the armies of the nations at his beck and call, and the power of the devil behind him. But it said, we read it clearly. He's gonna have power to wage war with the saints and overcome them. This is not time for us to go up against the beast in a pitched battle. Well, we have it on good report by the great apostle Saul, whom we all trust. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through AHAYAH'S to the pulling down of strongholds. So this is a time, children, the time of tabernacles, for us to be mobile. Be prepared to go into the wilderness. Practice, practice, practice going into the wilderness. The woman in Revelation chapter 12 was driven into the wilderness for a time, to a place prepared for. We're going to be called into the wilderness. We're going to be gathered and sent to the wilderness. there Ahai's going to deal with us face to face. We're going to have to learn to trust to follow the pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. We're going to have to learn to trust Ahaya in these perilous times. Let's go. 2nd Esdras chapter 8. Let's start reading at verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done of them that are in the latter time, that shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Will you highlight? But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory of such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open. Here's a word of encouragement, children. Listen to the word of encouragement from the Apocrypha, which is written just for you, Hebrews. I read verse 50 again. For many great miseries shall be done to them that are in the latter time, that shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory of such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, and the time to come is prepared. Plentifulness is made ready. A city is built, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom will you highlight. While the whole world is wandering after the beast, while the whole world is being deceived by the dragon, while the whole world is having to put up with the wrath, this is what's prepared for us. Listen to the book. 2nd Esdras chapter 8 verse 53. The root of evil is sealed up for you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and the end is shown, the treasure of immortality. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. Will you highlight? Zip it. Talking about these heathen, all that's going on with them. It is for them to perish. It is for them to be destroyed. Every nation that ever held us in captivity, every nation that ever put their thumb on the scale, the knee on the neck of the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is doomed to be destroyed with you. I'm not making that up. I didn't prophesy that. Jeremiah did. But this is our reward, child. Endure to the end, you shall receive the salvation promised. 2nd Esdras 8:54. Sorrows are past, and the end is shown, the treasures of immortality. And therefore ask no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they have taken liberty, they despise the Most High. See, this is why I don't ask no questions about them heathens. Because they had a chance. They could have taken liberty, but they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Will you highlight? This is why we could care less. All right? We have it officially told right here, care less about them. I ain't gonna waste a breath trying to talk the beast into accepting the Messiah. For what? He's been empowered by the enemy. He speaks blasphemy out of his mouth. I'll read verse 56 again. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, thumb on the scale, knee on the neck, and said in their heart, there is no Abba. Yea, that they knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them. They spoke blasphemy. They called the Most High by the name of the golden calf. They defiled the name of him that made them. They were unthankful unto him that prepared life for them, and therefore my judgment now is at hand. These things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee, and a few like thee. Then answered I, and said, Behold, O Savior, now hast thou shown me the multitude of wonders, which thou wilt begin to do in the last times. But at what time thou hast not shown me? He answered me then, and said, Measure thou the time diligently in thyself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Feast of Trumpets. Week later, the beast receives a beat down, receives a mortal wound. The greatest attack ever in their history. Yeah, they recovered within a day. Then they started a genocidal attack on the person who attacked them. Their wound was healed in less than 24 hours, and they went on the offensive. They were given power by the demon, the devil himself, to wage war. And they're going to wage war for 42 months, according to the scriptures. And they're going to not only war with the people that attacked them and gave them the deadly wound. Oh no, they're going to push it. They're going to call other nations in to wage war on their behalf. They've already done it. They're going to usurp authority over all nations, kindreds, and tongues. In the name of the war. They've already done it. And are still doing it. And the second beast, which is among them doing miracles, he's going to call for their image and their likeness to be in your minds and all your power given unto it, in your forehead and your right hand. That's your thoughts and your power. And if you don't do it, you'll be put to death. Wow. 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 But we got on good report. We overcome the beast. How? By the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. All praise to the Most High, Ahaya, and to his son, YAHAYASHA. Halal, Hayah.